England could win the Euros. That has been the narrative throughout the course of this week. And of course, on paper, that is plausible. The talent that this England team has, when everybody's fit, of course, with the Bukayo Saka's, Phil Foden's, Harry Kane's, Jude Bellingham, Declan Rice, and beyond, it's an amazing place to be as a nation. There are very few European countries with the depth and the strength that England currently have. But there is an equalizer. There is an individual, an imposter, if you like, within this England camp that will stop any genuine, bona fide chance of success. And that is Gareth Southgate. And although at tournaments, I have fallen foul to kind of falling in love with the waistcoat and the journey because of the World Cup in 2018, the last Euros, we got semi-finals and finals, and the first time in a generation, England actually went deep into tournaments and had half a chance of winning. But when you calm down from that euphoria, when you relax, when you start to take stock and reflect upon England's journeys, each and every single time we have got to a point where we could become truly successful, we bottle it. And we bottle it because we are a reflection of the manager. We are far too pragmatic. The style of football is drab. To be polite, it's drab. It is uninventive. It relies too much on moments of brilliance as opposed to truly not just unearthing, but a nurturing. But we are not enhancing the skill set that so many of these England players have. And I took a night off last night. I rarely take evenings off, especially on Saturdays, due to covering the top 6 teams in England. But I did. And I woke up this morning. I knew the result, but I thought, you know what, before I tweet, before I make any content, I'm going to watch the game. And I watched the extended highlights, so about 35 minutes. But in fairness, you take out all the breaks in football, it's only probably about 35 minutes long anyway. And look, we had some players out, Saka and Kane, to name a few. But when I look at that starting lineup, you got Kyle Walker, Stones, Foden, Rice, Bellingham, all out there. If you didn't know the names of these players, you would think you were looking at a championship team. You would think you were looking at a second-rate nation. And when I say a second-rate nation, I'm talking about a nation where football is not its national sport. I'm talking about a nation that doesn't spend the hundreds of millions of pounds a year we do to create this England team. And this is, so I'm not trying to disrespect any other countries, but it's such an important part of our nation. So much money is thrown at it. We have this abundance of talent. There's so much technical ability available to England. But then players like Conor Gallagher are being picked. The brand of football is an absolute atrocity. We are not playing a brand of football that you feel Foden's in. I'm looking at the list of players here. Foden, Stones, Rice, Walker, Bellingham, of course. and players that came. We're not playing a brand of football that these individuals play week in, week out with their clubs. And my fear of what's going to happen to England again is what my fear was in Man United's pomp. And the reason I bring Man United up is I always remember, why don't Rooney play for England like he does Man United? Why doesn't Scholes do it? Why doesn't X, Y, and Z? Because we play a brand of football which is substandard. We play a brand of football which is dated, antiquated, that doesn't suit the skill set, doesn't suit the day-to-day nature of these players. Other countries, you actually look at the starting lineup for Brazil. Yeah, look, you'd love Vinicius Jr. to be part of the England setup. Paqueta's really, really good. But you start going through the team, and how many of their players would you say that when they're fully fit and we're fully fit, how many are genuinely better than England players? And that's the first time in my life I've really said that about Brazil versus England, because of the plethora of talent that brilliant footballing nation produces. But suddenly England have a lot of talent, but they play better football than we do. And this has been England's problem for many, many a year. I think that Southgate and co have helped to fix a lot of the toxicity that used to exist at England, but the brand of football needs to be leveled up. It is absolutely shocking. And I know they're not going to do what I'm asking for. I know we are not going to sack Gareth Southgate before this tournament, but we should. We absolutely should. And even if we get to a quarterfinals, a semi-final, or a final, I don't believe there is a chance we win it because this manager will bottle it. This manager will make a defensive or a pragmatic or a negative substitution or pick a negative starting lineup that will cost us in the end. And my fear is that we are again burning through a golden generation of players where the manager is ruining what we are. We saw this back in the day where some of our best midfield players were either played out of position or not even picked just to try and fix the Lampard-Gerrard conundrum. The conundrum was they both play the same position and have the same role. So one of them starts, one of them doesn't. But we never figured that out as an example. We consistently pick our best players as opposed to the best team. This time around, it's a little different. We're generally picking the best team when everybody's fit, but we don't have the manager to bring it to life, to really get the very best out of them. And it's almost like we've fixed certain areas that were broken in the past, but we've now broken other areas. And it's like, why can't we just get the goddamn puzzle right? Why can't we not just get it correct? And I was so angry watching it, thinking we're a few months away from another major tournament. The brand of football is drab. Conor Gallagher and Ben Chilwell are starting games for us. There's a reason that Chelsea are sitting 11th in the league. It's because of players like them. Although Conor Gallagher has been one of Chelsea's better performers this year, we're still having a micro penis competition here. I'm seeing Chelsea fans with shirts that say, if you sell Conor Gallagher, we riot. I feel sorry for the vast majority of Chelsea fans that you have these proper Chelsea people that are backing these individuals. I then have to see them for my nation. They're shocking. They're genuinely shocking. They shouldn't be anywhere near the starting lineup. And I hope, genuinely, awful. The lack of technical ability shines through. It really, really does. Absolutely shines through. And I'm worried about the summer now. And I shouldn't be. And I was excited about young Mainu making his debut, and he came on for 15 minutes and he looked good. You know, he just looked good on the ball. And I thought, see, look, this man should be starting. Should be starting. We should be trying to see, we needed to see what he could do from the start. And it's another, we know what Conor Gallagher is going to bring, whether he goes or not. We know what he's going to do. Why are you starting him? Give people an opportunity. Should have started Gomez at left back. We know what Chilwell is, but let's start Gomez at left back for the game and see how that pans out as an example. But we didn't do it. And I've said for a long time now, this man has taken England as far as we're ever going to go. He should have been dismissed after the World Cup. We should look for a better technical football manager, someone that plays a much better brand of football, somebody with a winning background and pedigree. With the amount of money we spend, theoretically, we can get anybody in the world, and that is what England should have done. It's going to be another painful tournament. There'll be some highs. There'll be some excitement. There'll probably be a game or two that we win where we say, wow, we could do this. But in the cold, hard light of day, we will be let down again. There's no doubt about it. Sacking Southgate is the only option. Shake his hand, thank him for what he's done, but move him on, because he is going to destroy this brilliant crop, this second coming of a golden generation of England players that the country has spent hundreds of millions of pounds helping to develop and to produce. It's going to go to waste. It is going to go to waste. It really is. You know, there are certain types of whiskeys that you don't put Coke into. There are certain types of alcohol. There are certain types of food that you don't mix with one another. It's sacrilegious. You're a Philistine. You're damaging the beauty of it. And that's exactly what's going on here. We've got an abundance of talent that, if nurtured and put together correctly, could be a masterpiece. But instead, we are playing Stoke City football. We're playing lemonade football with champagne money, and it's absolutely embarrassing. Do us a favor, leave us your comments below. Disgraced by this again as an England fan, and I'll see you all again later. Southgate out.